Recent studies have shown that whales diving and moving through the different layers of the ocean actually mix up all the nutrients. This mixing helps increase the amount of food available at the bottom of the food chain, so this in turn increases the number of things like phytoplankton and zooplankton. And even though this is a food source for things like baleen whales, their presence in increasing the amount of food at the bottom of the food chain overall increases the population of plankton in the water. This has the flow-on effect of also increasing fish populations, which is good for all of us and great for fisheries. The mixing of the different layers of the ocean as well also helps combat climate change. Unfortunately, whale populations still have not bounced back from our whaling practices in the past. However, New Zealand is part of the Southern Ocean Whale Sanctuary. This sanctuary covers over 11 million square miles of ocean, and part of that is in New Zealand's economic zone. All baleen whales are protected in the Southern Ocean Whale Sanctuary. However, Japan refused to sign the agreement and is not bound by it, so they are still whaling there. There is also a sanctuary in the Indian Ocean, so combining these two together, a third of the world's oceans is part of a marine sanctuary for whales. However, despite these measures, whales still remain at risk from a number of factors. The biggest threat are issues with bycatch and also getting entangled in discarded marine fishing gear. Whaling, as horrific as it is, only kills a few thousand whales every year. But staggeringly, over 300,000 whales and dolphins get killed every year through entanglement in fishing nets. Plastic pollution is our next biggest killer, with over 100,000 marine mammals getting killed from plastic every year. So it's really important for us to do everything we can to remove all the marine debris that we can find in the ocean. Whales and dolphins in New Zealand are also under threat from boat strikes. It's really important that we follow the rules that are put in place to protect both the whales, dolphins, and ourselves. So if you're out on a boat and you're lucky enough to see whales and dolphins, it's really important you never ever cross their path and you never cut them off. If you're within 300 meters of a whale or a dolphin, you should be going so slow that you do not create any wake from your boat, so you're pretty much idling. You must stay at least 50 meters away from any whale, and you cannot go within 200 meters of a whale that has a calf with it. Dolphins are renowned for riding bow waves, so if you're lucky enough to have this encounter, make sure that you keep your course steady, do not make any sharp turns, and if you're wanting to carry on, just increase your speed slowly until you outpace the dolphins. The rules are that you're not allowed to go over 10 knots per hour within 300 meters of a pod of dolphins, so make sure you're well clear before you speed up properly. It is important that you know these rules. If you're on the water, ignorance is not a defence. You can be charged up to $250,000 or get 2 years imprisonment if you are known to harass, injure, or kill a marine mammal. I've had a few really cool experiences with dolphins in New Zealand waters. First experience I had was we were down on the aquaculture research farm and I kept on hearing these strange clicks. So turning around, I was trying to see stuff, but we only had about 1 to 2 meters of visibility. It was really bad. Then all of a sudden this dark shape comes out of the water and I saw this big black eye staring at me and then a white patch. Oh, phew, it was only an orca. It really freaked me out though. So we carried on, finished the job, and we were ascending. We could hear them in the water the whole time, but obviously really bad viz. It's pretty hard to see them. When we got to the top, there was a pod of 9 dolphins, including a little baby, and they hung around for ages. It was so cool getting back up on the boat and just watching them just go around us. It was awesome. The other experience that really stands in my mind was actually at the same location. We were just coming out from our dive and we kept on seeing these dolphins. So these are the common dolphins in New Zealand. As we're coming up, they were going over us and under us and around us. I was thinking, man, this is quite a lot of dolphins. This is a bit crazy. As we got to the surface, I had no idea what I was in for. It would have been a pod of over 1,000 dolphins. So this is what we call a super pod. And sometimes they get together and they charge up the coast. So these were all heading north off Napier. And it was amazing. In front of them was still as a mill pond. But after they'd been through, it looked like it was really stormy. They'd created so much chop by diving in and out of the water. It was absolutely amazing. So remember, to protect our awesome whale and dolphin species, We need to make sure that we're not littering on land so it doesn't go out into the ocean. If we see marine debris, we collect it and we dispose of it properly. And if you're lucky enough to encounter them when you're out on the water, make sure you follow the rules around dolphins and whales. That way we're all safe and we can all have an awesome experience together.